While cleanup efforts are underway to remove dead fish from beaches here around the Suncoast, local anglers and business owners are doing the best that they can during this recent red tide strain.
ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from Sarasota with some of the challenges they're facing right now. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, Jacqueline, one of the main things some of the folks we spoke with wanted to get out in the open was the misconception that red tide is everywhere, saying specifically when you see red tide today or where you see it, it may be gone or dissipate by tomorrow.
Yeah, these are our rentals over here, which are sitting here. They're not going out these days.
For owner of Nokomis Beach Bait and Tackle, Brian Fraser, the going has been pretty rough.
This week alone, I can tell you that I'm down about 50%, maybe even more.
Many of his out-of-town customers leaving the area as soon as they can. He says part of the problem is the smell, which has dissipated over the last few days. But the main issue is the misconception that red tide is everywhere, scaring everyone away.
It's been in this spot, it's been in that spot, it's been here, but it just doesn't stay here all the time.
And according to Charter Captain Johnny Walker, he's right. In his 40 years on Suncoast waters, he says he's seen areas of red tide dissipate within days.
This red tide that we're having now seems to be right along the edge of the coast. You go out in the Gulf a few miles and it isn't really out there.
He also mentions just because you see dead fish in one spot doesn't necessarily mean there's red tide there.
It means that those fish may have blown in from somewhere else.
As for Fraser, he says he's just trying to educate his customers.
If they go fishing, they can keep those fish and they can eat those fish. It's not going to affect anything. It's not a toxin. It's not a disease.
Now, Walker says at this point, the worst red tide on this coast may be on the waters of Charlotte and Lee counties. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.